Well, I was made redundant and assumed I'd get my pension at 60 and started to look on the internet and found out that, hey-ho, I wasn't. I was going to be 66. And I'm 62 now, and I was made redundant a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and just relying on temp work. And this month I've had about 2 or 3 days work, so.
I was 60 on the 29th of February, and I always thought, right, when I get to 60 I can retire, I've got my pension, I've got everything else. Living in a rented property, and so I thought, hang on a minute, I haven't got enough money here. I teach, so I've a retirement pension from that, but I haven't enough because I've not taught enough years. So when we looked into it, I can't afford the rent on my property. So as I had a fall recently, I had to have time off school and everything else, and I thought, well, actually, as we're getting older and older, it's getting harder and harder. It's horrific for me, actually. This is one of the reasons I've become really active for the WASPI. I phoned up to ask about housing because obviously I won't be able to afford my rent. Even with the full state pension, they told us it would be £155 a week. Mine is £117.41 a week, and so we don't get the full pension at all. So when I looked into that, I thought, this isn't terribly good. We're being told £155. Phoned up the Department for Work and Pensions. Oh yes, you only get £117.41. I have paid 44 years full stamp. They've told me I have to wait till I'm 66. When I retire at 66, it will still only be £117.41 a week, and I will have paid 50 years full stamp by then. If I lose my job, there is nothing I can claim, nothing whatsoever. I can have job seekers for 6 months, and then I would be actually put into a hostel again, or I'd have to do a bed and breakfast. And that's the reason I am so annoyed. I've paid 44 years full stamp, and I'm being told, no, you can't get your pension at 60, which is what you should be able to do, but you will actually end up in a hostel or a bed and breakfast. And that's what I have to look forward to.
During austerity in 2011, people were being made redundant at work, and rather than being made redundant, I was offered the opportunity of taking early retirement, which I did do. And it was only in January last year when I realised that I wasn't going to get the state pension for 6 years. So I had a reasonable job, accrued holidays and all the perks of a job. Now that's gone, I'm not going to get that back now. So I'm out of the labour market. I have got quite a lot going in me, so I do sort of find work, but it's all sort of ad hoc, random work. So it doesn't bring in a regular income, it certainly doesn't pay my commitments that I've already got. So it is quite difficult. Additional to that, we've all got hopes and dreams, and I do feel that mine have been shattered somewhat. Because my retirement isn't what I thought it would be, and of course we only get one retirement. It's not a rehearsal, so it is quite upsetting really.
Well, what happened was in 2013 I got a letter from the DWP. It said my state pension age was going up from 65 to 66. I didn't even know it had gone up to 65, let alone 66. Knowing that I'd got to carry on for another 6 years and, you know, make my finances, I got some life savings, a little part-time job, but instead of retiring, I've got to carry on working part-time and subsidising my wage with my life savings, which I don't really think is right, because I wanted to travel with that. I'd planned to go to Australia and Canada in my retirement before my health gets so bad that I can't actually travel or do anything. So it came as quite a shock to me.
I had just reconciled myself to working until I was 65, not gladly, but 2 things have happened. My husband, who's just a year younger than me, has become quite unwell, with not much of a prognosis for his future. And the other thing was I was finding it more and more difficult to cope with the demands made on me at work. I've worked like most of the other WASPIs since leaving school, full-time, brought up a family, done all the things that we've all done. I have no problem with helping the country to get by, but I do feel that we grew up with this date printed on our minds. Each of us individually had our 60th birthday set in stone. As far as we were concerned, that would be our day when we could relax a little and enjoy life. I'm quite happy to pay my bills, to do my bit, but now that my husband's unwell, now that I'm finding it very difficult to do a proper full day's work, which I demand of myself, I decided I'd rather have the time at home with him before he's completely immobilised. So I require some sort of pension. I would require some sort of backup because I'm not prepared to tell lies and to apply for income support or job seekers allowance, whatever it may be called, because I'm not unwell myself. I'm not prepared to agree to a 40-hour contract, which is what I was told would be required of me. And I don't want to play the system. I'd like to be honest and straightforward, and I think I've worked hard and I think I deserve my pension.
Well, I was angry, so I was searching on the internet. We met up we all contacted Anne, and we decided that we needed some credibility, so we gave ourselves a name. Rather than individuals writing to people, it's more of an impact. And the first thing we did was we contacted a barrister and a lawyer just to do legal research. That's ongoing. And we've got no experience. We've just taken it a day at a time and done whatever we think was right on that day. Lobbied MPs, been down to Parliament, had 4 debates. We've given evidence to the Pension Select Committee, so we've done really well. I don't know how we've done it, but we have.
I found out that there was at least somebody dealing with the anger and the frustration and the difficulties that we're all facing trying to get by. Everybody's different. I am certainly better off than some people and certainly worse off than others. And it was just to find a group of like-minded women who are prepared to actually deal with that anger. We've all been dealing with it ourselves as individuals, and we've actually finally decided that actually it doesn't just have to be our single individual problem. There are lots of us. We all felt angry. We all felt betrayed, actually, completely let down, and especially because nobody bothered to even ask us or give us a buy your leave. They just did it and went ahead. The other thing that's very annoying is that there is a suggestion that many of the people who say that they didn't receive any notification are lying. That's the word that everybody's avoiding, and quite frankly, I don't lie. I never do, I never have, and I never will. So I think I've played my part, I've done my bit, and I would really appreciate the government having a look and trying to help us all out.
The WASPI Anthem, absolutely unbelievable. I can't tell you how I feel that suddenly all these women are coming together to sing words that I wrote, but there's a message behind it, and we want to get that message out to people who aren't on social media, who are not aware of women and the pension and the age rise, because there's still people out there who don't know. And we are hoping that by singing this song that somebody will hear it, maybe on YouTube, on the telly or something, but someone out there will hear it and think, oh my gosh, that's me and I didn't know about it. But the fact that my words are going out there, I really can't believe it. I'm speechless. And I just don't know what to say. I just feel so proud to be part of WASPI and totally honoured that they've chose the words I wrote to be the WASPI Anthem. And who knows what this will lead to.
It's nice for me, it's obviously not being of that generation, to see how much passion everybody has when they're singing the words. You know, it's really important to them, and you can see that. And I know that when we get everybody together, it's going to be probably quite emotional as well for a lot of the women. You know, as it was previously said, it's, you know, a lot of women have lost a lot through this, and it's lovely seeing everybody come together and having one major cause. So it's great. What I will say is we started off with 5 co-founders. We've still got 5 co-founders, so if you can imagine, the workload is immense. But nevertheless, we've met some fantastic women along the way. Some have been able to help because some are in real dire straits. So all we can do is just keep going with the campaign and hope that we can get a fair result for everybody, some kind of result for us all. Because of our Facebook page, we've now got about 30,000 people on there. All groups are coming together nationally. And it was just something that was decided. We had some singers within the groups, which is fantastic. I'm not a singer, but I'm an alto, I believe. So I'm doing all right today. And that's what happened. So we're just going to move forward now and hope this hits the big time.
Absolutely wonderful, and I think the more people that actually hear about it, the more it's advertised, the more people get involved from the MPs. We have some brilliant MPs on board, but there's a heck of a lot of them still won't support us. So we need an awful lot of people actually involved. More and more press, more and more women out there need to find out. Still an awful lot of women don't realise. Some still think they're going at 60, some think they're going to get £155 a week. Life is not like that, I'm afraid, and everybody needs to be informed of this. And I think the more people that get together and do something like we're doing today, where everyone's got involved in the choir, where everybody's actually publicising it in the papers, wherever it is, we need to get the information out.
Can I just thank, I want to thank every single person for coming in today. Charlotte, thank you for writing that music to the words to it. And for everyone I just want to thank you because the words on paper are nothing, but it's sort of come to life, hasn't it?
Well done, you.
You know, this time last year I didn't know anyone, and I've been on such an amazing journey. I met WASPI, the tissues are there, just pass down the corner.
When did you been drinking again?
And this time last year I didn't know anyone, and I thought I was doomed for 6 years. And then I came across WASPI, and these three amazing ladies, Lynn and Marion.
And Doreen and Celia.
Yeah, I know. I've not forgot them. Right. Doreen and Celia work behind the scenes. You've heard the names, but they do all the paperwork, all the admin, all the research, and everything else. But these are the three ladies
That do it mostly.
that are
Without you, honestly, so thank you.
Thank you.
Women to be reckoned with, that's what
Oh, yeah. So look out.
Thank you for
There's a
giving us hope,
WASPI about.
ladies. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Lovely, wonderful, isn't that wonderful? Yeah, you shouldn't have, as they say. Thank you. Very special.
You can't afford this without your pen.
Very special. Thank you very much. Got one. Very nice. Thank you. I don't know what to say. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. 3 cheers for them. Hooray!